right. Here we are. Another happy Wednesday.
Yes,
You know,
it is.
I can tell Anthony always has a smirk.
Because I'm normally saying something stupid right before it comes back on.
I just know I'm in for a long hour.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I guess it's a good thing. Hey, couple things. I just want to let you know the theme for the night is drama. So anything that you want to talk about is probably going to include some sort of drama in the Philly sports scene. Does that make sense?
Completely.
I guess.
Does that make sense?
I mean, you already threw the challenge flag about no fantasy this week because you were on the top. I just didn't have time.
What did you just throw?
The challenge flag.
What is that?
It's my eye cleaner, my glass cleaner.
His eye wipe.
So you already had the drama started right there, right from the beginning, because you're in the lead for basketball. So you think that's why I'm not doing it, but we just been busy this week, and we got even a busier weekend. So
are we accepting that excuse?
Oh, I guess I didn't realize John did his fantasy updates on Monday.
Well,
I didn't know when he did them, to be honest with you.
I do it when you leave. When I have a moment.
When he has a moment to think.
So we had the sign-in on Monday with Gar. That was awesome. And then, I got all the scores done yesterday as far as recording them, but I didn't have time to record them and put them into the spreadsheets and stuff like that. So
I'm gonna start this drama-filled night with I thought everything was on Microsoft.
It is, but you still got.
What the hell are all those yellow pads in your briefcase?
Well, because I still got to record all the stats and then plug it into the spreadsheet. You
just don't type them in and call it a day.
Well, yeah, but that's like 150 numbers to put in for each of the three sports. Wow. How am I supposed to remember 450 numbers to be accurate?
You're the analytic guy, not me.
That's why I got the notepads.
I thought you were just wanting to be Ray Diddy.
Well, I mean, hey, it doesn't everybody. But
all right.
Yeah. So I mean,
all right. So you got no fantasy updates for the people. You got people in line waiting to hear, what place they're in, and you got nothing.
The only thing I can tell you is Pat O'Brien. She's dead last for fantasy football. How's that?
That's horrible. That's horrible. That's horrible. I hope she gets you like no socks and no underwear for Christmas.
Me too. I hope that's what happens too.
That's horrible. You can't talk about Mama O'Brien like that.
I just did.
You can't. Take it back. Take it back. She
maybe
tries hard. Between you and your father, you probably drive the lady crazy. And then I'll sprinkle in Tyler, and that probably sends her into a whole nother stratosphere.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm sure.
All right, go ahead. Do your thing so we can move on.
He doesn't have a thing to do because the fantasy.
Right. we got Pat O'Brien in last place and off back to you, Carl. and Carl's in first place for fantasy basketball. How's that?
Wow.
All right, I guess we'll have to make do with very little fantasy update.
But that was our drama because I didn't have time. So
no. We got so much drama. It's crazy. Anthony, you got anything? Can you fill in 5 minutes?
What do you want?
Anything to fill in.
What do you want?
It's got to get better, right?
I don't know. Listen. When you get rumors of Kyle Schwarber and these guys, you think there's a chance. I get rumors of Kyle Schwarber, and then it's just BS. So you're in a better spot than we are.
Why? You don't think there's still hope
that the Pirates are going to get Kyle Schwarber?
Oh no, that was a bad rumor. I think Goose started that rumor.
I don't know. They said they were Tucker, Schwarber, the Japanese guys, and I don't know. At least
is their whole payroll what Schwarber's going to get? What is their payroll?
how much is he going to get? And I'll tell you.
Over 30 million.
They're saying it's 5 years, 135, which I think breaks out to like 27 million a year.
135 is definitely more than their how much they're going to spend. They're projected to spend about 100 this year, which would be more than they've spent a very long time. But the reason they, I think, are in this is because they have money to spend. You know, it's not like they're spending more money. They have money to spend. They got rid of Hayes. They got rid of Bednar. They got rid of a bunch of guys. So theoretically, they obviously no player would choose them, but theoretically they have some money to play with. But I don't think anyone in the
I think the Phillies just signed some Pirate guy.
One of the DFA guys?
Some Pirate guy.
I don't know. They just got rid of a bunch of guys yesterday, so maybe they picked up one of them.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I just got a text from mom. She said you are correct, Carl. That they drive me crazy.
I can smell that. 45 minutes away. I feed off the fantasy, so the show is already in tipsy land. So
well, it is because you were in first place.
That's not what I was going.
That's why the world's all upside down. You're in first place.
Oh, so you're blaming all this Philly sports drama on me? Hey, I like that. Yeah, buddy, I like that.
Yeah.
All right. Like I said at the start, I've never seen Philly sports with so much drama at every team level. I mean, we can start with the Sixers, right?
Okay.
You have no idea from one night to the next if Embiid's playing, if George is playing, if they even got the young kid, what's his name, Bono?
Well, yeah, he's not been playing.
They got him on restricted minutes.
Yeah, and Oubre's out.
Is this something new?
It's the whole NBA. It's analytics. You can't play more than 48 minutes in a month.
But yet Maxey can play, the entire game and absolutely run out of his sneakers every night.
Yeah. Well, they have to because somebody's got to score. He's the only one with balls on the team.
Well, that's
edge coach.
That's the real answer. I mean, no one else. They don't care. I mean, there's no incentive to have to play. If Paul George doesn't play, he's getting paid. If Embiid doesn't play, he knows no one's giving him a big contract.
I get all that, but whatever happened to the sportsmanship of the game?
They don't fight.
The integrity of the game. Whatever happened to that?
That's the Tyrese Maxey. So for every Tyrese Maxey, there's 15 guys that aren't. That's the problem. I mean, they're. I don't see how that team gets any better if you're allowed to do what you do like that. If it's going to be that much, if your two biggest stars don't have to play, and he's going out on Halloween as a joke that he's not an everyday starter, you're never going to win with that team ever.
That never took off as much as I thought it was going to.
I'm just saying, you don't even dress like that in the
first place. That just goes to show how much people don't care about Embiid.
He is so. I don't want to say washed up, but when you go there, the cheers for him are like animal. It's not. No one cares anymore.
I'll steal a page out of your book. They're still selling out.
For now, there's a window. You don't go out of business immediately. It takes some time.
But this just didn't start.
Well, it's gotten worse.
I agree.
So it's gotten worse, and you've gotten the young kids that play, and Edgecombe had a good first couple games, so people were in love with him, and then you're off to the races. And they've been sticking in there for the games because Maxey's, working his butt off every game. They're sticking in every game.
Yeah.
Even if you lose to the Pistons or a team like that plays a little harder, you got to start playing a little harder. But quite frankly, I'd rather see Drummond out there than those guys anyway, because at least he's going to try.
Yeah.
What are they like 7-5?
8, I think they're 8-5, right?
8
What-
and 5.
What sort of stirred all this up in the first place? I mean, I know you said the theme of the night was drama, but this is how the Sixers have been run for the last 2 or 3 years now.
Part of it was the fact that Paul George played last night. Can't play tonight.
Yeah.
Positively can't play tonight.
Well, it was 2 nights ago. He had the day off yesterday, which even
Right.
makes it worse.
Okay. Thank you. So,
But
can't-
let's face it, though. Let's face it, though. The only reason he played was because it was the Clippers, and that was his old team that he wanted to shove it to. Other than if it wasn't the Clippers, he wouldn't have shoot it up. You still wouldn't have seen him.
It seems
Well-
like there's no the team one either allows it, or if they don't really allow it, there's no one stopping them. There's no one stopping the players from what they want to do. I mean,
Well, like John said, it appears to be league wide. It's not just a Philly thing.
yeah, okay, but
But isn't this like sports wide? Like, stop and think about this for a second. Every sport has evolved. Things that baseball players did in the 80s and 90s, they would never do today.
Correct.
Like make contact.
Well, no, I'm just saying the idea of, like your family's traveling with you when you go from city to city was never a thing in the 80s or 90s. But these current guys, their significant others, and if they have kids, are traveling with them when they're going, when they're on the road.
Well, that's because they're making 10 times the amount of money that the other team players do.
Right. But I mean,
As
it
far
just
as
kind of
that-
like
that is.
evolves over time. We sort of figure out like, okay, maybe my family doesn't have to stay home. They can come with me, and then I'm not away from them as much as possible. Same thing with the game. Same thing with the players. I mean, there was never sliding gloves back in the 80s or 90s. There was never any of that stuff. So isn't it just sports evolving in general?
Right. Stop stealing my thunder, damn it.
Well, but also, don't you realize how you would know, especially being a woman, manicures cost a lot of money. So it's hard for those players to waste all that money for their manicures.
I'm just saying that sports have evolved in the last, 30 years than what they used to be, and basketball is no different. So these guys going out there every night and playing, that's not the game anymore.
Okay, so let's take it up a notch. They've got all this analytics information, and John, step in at any time because this is more your department. You've got food people that are feeding them. You nutritionists.
Yeah.
You've got doctors and trainers, and I mean, you ever see the amount of people that sit behind the Sixers bench?
Oh yeah, it like takes up 3 rows.
I mean, there's got to be. I mean, what is there? 15 players on the team. There's got to be 3 more personnel for each player. I mean, there's 30 to 40 guys.
Yeah.
I mean, it's. I just don't understand it. I mean, I get the whole maintenance thing. I get it. Embiid's been hurt his entire life. You know what I mean? I get it. There is so much drama with that guy. He just needs to go away. Everything, is about him.
Right.
And, I mean, at some point, the owner, the general manager, somebody, they need to facilitate something and say, hey, Joel, you know what? We need you to play 3 times this week. We only have 4 games.
well, the problem is they've already started it. Once you start it, it's hard to get it back. Don't let the guy do it in the first place. It's too late. You can't get rid of him either. They're gonna say no. This is what you agreed to. You're gonna pay me, and that's it. And he doesn't necessarily need to play anywhere. He doesn't have the drive in him when he doesn't start playing until he's 15 years old. He doesn't care.
I hate to disagree with you. You're probably right, but I think they can move him. I think he can be moved to a competitor, somewhere around the All-Star break.
Who wants him, and who's going to want to give up anything of significance for him? Because I wouldn't give you anything.
You're going to get 6 bags of trash, you know what I mean, and a couple of draft picks, and they're going to work out the money. And, they'll move him to Milwaukee. They'll move him to Golden State. They'll move him to the Lakers. They'll find an nest for that seat.
I think they're trying to squeeze the last juice they can out of both of those guys, and this is probably the last year you're going to see that. I mean, those are the 2 guys that are weighing down your cap and hurting you. So I would imagine you wouldn't see those guys after this year. There's no way.
I mean, that kid, what's his name? Grimes. The other night, he shut down.
Harden.
James Harden. I mean,
Yeah,
Harden had 17 points in the first quarter. I think he had 7 the rest of the night. You know, so there are guys on that team that are playing.
Well, like we were talking on yesterday. You know, how good could this team be if they had their actually 2 max players playing the games? You know, and it wasn't Paul George and Embiid, just having 2 more players that are actually the stars of the team, money wise, actually out there playing and doing something. They with this bench that they got and all the pieces that they have, this could be a really special team. But with Embiid and Paul George not wanting to play,
they've picked up a couple of young kids. You know, what's the other kid's name? Wortham.
Well, him. You got Walker as well. I like him. You know, Bono's playing good.
Yeah, they've picked up some solid guys that want to play.
Right.
But
you know, and Grimes was a guy we weren't sure about. He was tossed around the 6 or 7 teams before we got him last year, and he was playing when there was nobody else playing, so he was putting up some points. But we were like,
right.
Is that going to be sustainable once you get more players on the court?
Okay, well,
and he's doing it, which is good to see, because that's a nice little piece to go with Edgecombe and him, because who knows what's going to happen with McCain? I mean, he maybe keep doing TikTok dances. Who knows?
Well, he's back. He's back.
Well, he's back, but
he's back. And I thought the nail reference was aimed at him, because isn't he the one who paints his nails?
Oh, he definitely does, yeah. But no, it was just the sliding gloves that Lauren was talking about. That's what the manicures cost.
You guys were down at the Sixer game when?
2 weeks ago. Not this past Saturday, but the Saturday before that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I see you got a new Sixers wardrobe.
Well, it was the first game where they wore the throwback uniforms. So I will say, though, that I was pretty disappointed in the merchandise that they did have for this specific logo. They brought back a couple of the old jerseys, but other than that, would you say there was much to choose from?
They don't have a big store like the Phillies. It seems like they're separate, but they had a couple things, but not.
Yeah, I mean, they had
really.
no like real T-shirts. I felt like there was nothing with hip hop on it.
Really? They brought him back. You would have thought they would have used.
How did hip hop do?
He was great. And it was crazy at halftime. They actually honored the guy who was the hip hop performer. So the guy that was in costume for all those years. And then you come to find out that he also was hip hop that night too. So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was really cool.
25 years later being hip hop.
Yeah. And I thought he looked like he was in great shape to, be able to do that. Cause that's, obviously not easy. And it was interesting because at the time when they honored him at half court, hip hop wasn't there. And I even said something to Anthony. I was like, oh, it's kind of weird that they wouldn't have him out here. And he said, maybe it's him tonight. So there was no, like the character, like the mascot wasn't out there when he was being honored. It was just the guy, which you don't normally do that. Like most mascots are very, very secretive about, who they are and what they do.
Sure.
And they pretty much just put him right at center court and honored him in the middle of the game. So
yeah, they gave him a framed pair of ears or something.
I think it was a jersey with hip hop on the back. So, but yeah, I mean, it was cool to see that. But yeah, there was not even like a hip hop like plush, like a stuffed animal, nothing. I mean, maybe they'll roll different merchandise out because I think there's like 8 or 9 games where they're going to wear these jerseys.
Bad marketing. Really bad marketing.
Well, yeah, I was a little disappointed in that, but otherwise, I mean,
okay.
I'll say that I definitely still feel like they have the youngest fan base. I mean, you look at that fan base and you look at the diversity of the people that are there culturally and age-wise. I mean, that's everybody. That seems like what every young kid and every young family is going to, no matter your background, which I don't see that in the other sports. So, I mean, for the longevity, that's probably the best sport for that, because it seems like they got it under control.
Well, that's
All right.
It's like $5 on StubHub.
What's that? I wish the tickets were $5.
I wish they were $5.
Even like the high ones, they're not real cheap.
Not for a Saturday night game, no.
Oh,
maybe like a Tuesday night game or a Wednesday night game they might be, but not a Saturday night. It was a giveaway.
Okay. Yeah, and the special night being
What they give away?
The banner for the 2001 team,
Okay.
like the championship for the conference banner. But it was only for the first 2,000 people.
Oh,
wow.
Which is
So-
that's literally
Very limited.
That's literally what we do for a giveaway. We do more than that.
Yeah.
Like
so you didn't get one?
Oh, I got one.
no, we figured it out.
So we went in, you know that door that's right across the street from the link? It's kind of like the one entrance. Did you want to tell them about you going through the metal detector?
Uh-oh.
So you know how the Phillies and the other
Did you have issues?
I didn't have any issues. They had issues. So I walked through, and you could tell it's an older one because you got to put your wallet to the side. It's not the new ones like the baseball teams have. They don't have that technology. So, you put your wallet and your phone to the side, and then she's like, "Do you have a belt on?" I go, "Yeah." She's like, "I'd probably take it off because this thing's been going off forever." So then, first of all, I'm cursing. I don't want to take my friggin' belt off. It's 2 degrees out. There's a million people behind me. I got to move out of the way. So then I do it. I see that behind me, there's 10 other guys that got to do the same thing, which is a pain in the ass. It's freezing. And then we were the one person before us got the last friggin' banner because of this whole belt debacle. Why is it my problem? But you can get some new technology. Take your belt off. I've never been to even with the old Philly stuff, I didn't have to take my belt off.
So
Well, at least you didn't have to bend over and cough.
after Beltgate,
Belt gate?
yeah. So you're not allowed into the stadium, into the arena just yet. Like at the Fightins when they keep everybody corralled back in that area because they want you to buy a drink. So we're in that area, and I'm thinking to myself, so this means that the rest of the stadium hasn't opened yet, or the arena hasn't opened yet either. So if I beeline for the first entrance closest to me, maybe I can explain, listen, I was here way earlier. I literally have been standing in that little designated area. Can I get a banner? And just see what happens. We go over. Luckily enough, it's some like intern kid. He was like 17 years old. He's just handing out banners left and right. He don't give a shit whether you just came through those doors or where you came from. He's just handing them out. So Anthony got one and I got one. But I mean, I think we circled back maybe like 10 minutes later and they were gone.
Right.
2000 is not a lot. I mean,
It was 2001 that they gave away because of the year. So,
Right.
Gotcha.
but
Gotcha.
It was.
Are you getting it autographed this weekend by the answer?
I don't think so because I think it'll probably bleed right away. It's very, very shiny.
Gotcha.
And I like it just as it is. So
Okay.
I will say, I either got scammed or the price of things is just literally out of control. But I got one of those.
Is this more drama?
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go to the team.
So they have like surf sides and those and those big drinks, but I don't want that. I just want to. Yeah, they had a little one,
The double size,
a regular size one, and it was like a grapefruit one. I said, "Oh, that'd be good to try." So I've had it before. I think the same company might make it, and they had their own stand there, which I thought, "Oh, that's interesting." So I got it. The guy had to have charged me twice. There's no way he didn't charge me.
He was like 112, so I'm guessing he charged you twice.
It was like, how much was it?
$30.
$30, and it wasn't the big size like you get when you.
It was like a regular 12-ounce can.
A
You
regular.
didn't throw the challenge flag?
No, because it's 112.
He had already like popped it open. So if Anthony would have said like, "Is this really $30?" What was he going to do? Walk away from the guy?
But you don't. I didn't even know that because they don't tell you a price. And then I look at my phone after. I said that cost me $30 for that. And I mean, there's nothing. I get it, man. But there was.
Well, I was texting you a bit about that, Dad. We got a cheesesteak and fries. We ended up splitting it. Not necessarily because of price, but I just didn't need a cheesesteak all to myself, and it was like $29 for a cheesesteak and fries.
It's out of control.
Yeah.
But it's got to stop at some point. People cannot continue to do this unless they're living in severe debt. There's no way to continue the way we're continuing.
Parking was also $30 seemed to be the theme of the night. Now that I look back,
Yeah,
on
$30 to park for just a generic Sixers game. Why isn't that?
Well, they knew you scammed them out of a banner.
That's right.
Well,
we actually scammed them out of another banner because somebody left theirs on a trash can, and my dad taught me the right way. If you leave a giveaway behind, that thing's getting scooped up. So
that's right.
Don't ever leave a giveaway behind.
Nope. So we left with 3.
I don't know. I don't know if other people feel that when they go there. Maybe they could let us know. But I felt like definitely like, okay, well,
yeah, it's
I don't
know that
back.
I'm getting to 6 games this season. Maybe I'll get to 2 or 3. But yeah, it seemed like a lot. But
all right,
they won, right?
They did.
That's a lot of Sixer talk at the beginning of this show. If that ain't
I was
drama,
shocked.
I don't know.
I didn't even think they would have been a topic of discussion tonight. Honestly, I didn't think they were drama at all. I thought they were just the Sixers being the Sixers.
No, it's, you know what, this team has the ability to win. John and I have talked about this. Yeah. They have the ability to win. They've got the nucleus of young players. You know, they're being torn down by Embiid and George. You know what I mean? And you know, it's become rather obvious. You know, it's not a laughing matter anymore. And that's what I don't understand, why management allows this to continue to happen. You know what I mean? Play them till the SOB can't walk anymore, and let them go and get your insurance money and move on. I mean, this has become a joke.
There must be stipulations in those contracts. I don't think you can do that stuff anymore. There's something in that contract that says I refuse. They gave him too much leeway in the first place. That's the problem.
Well, I mean, I get that. I
don't know that you can go back.
I just think enough's enough. You know, I mean, you know, you already have the boo birds coming out when he acts stupid. So,
yeah.
Johnny, can we move on for more drama?
Oh yeah. Ding ding.
So, go ahead.
Ding ding. Ring.
Ding ding.
Drama 2. Let's go.
All right. This one's the dropping of the puck. We're talking Flyers. We're talking the new coach that everybody, you know, was in love with and still is in love with, except for one player on the team that apparently didn't come to camp in shape. Any ideas who I'm talking about?
The Russian?
Very good. Very good. Michkov. I mean, you know, here we are. What? I don't know, 15, 16 games into the season. He's got, 1 or 2 goals? You know, and I think they just
he got hot this week. I think he's up to 3 or 4. I just did my stats. I think he's got 4 goals and 5 assists.
You know, every question from the media, you know, was about Michkov.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Zegras stole the show, still is stealing the show. Yep. So here we are, you know, you got the nucleus of a new team, young team, and you got drama around this kid who came to camp in piss poor shape.
Yeah, wasn't it an ankle issue, I think, as well? Is what they're saying, right?
That's what they're blaming it on.
Right.
That's what they're blaming it on.
Yeah.
But again, you know, the Gretzkys and Ovechkins of the world, you know, you didn't have all this drama back in the day. You know, They didn't have nights off. They didn't take shifts off. You know, it's just, again, frustration has already built in to this team as well.
It's a new generation.
Well, he's getting bounced around. You know, he's supposed to be a top line player,
right?
You know, and he's not playing like one.
Yep.
So
maybe that's why Rick Tocchet doesn't allow beers and pizzas in the locker room.
Well, go ahead. You can
Monday night.
You can take the mic and go with that because we found that out Monday night.
We did find that out Monday night, but
I hate to sound like this, but it's going to come back to all the sports. That's how it is. It is what it is. Those days of eating what you want and you can do that when you're home, but it's gone. I mean, I see it every day.
Yeah, but you also see those same guys hitting Wawa and Taco Bell and all that. So
Which they could do that too. No one's stopping them on the way home.
Yeah, I mean, he could get a pizza on his way home. But in the locker room,
you're at work.
The guys for the fightings, they get breakfast, lunch, and dinner provided to them, what they're allowed to eat.
I mean, they can go get their own stuff, but someone's going to say something if you're not supposed to, unless you do it after hours. And that's the way of it. That's how that is every sport. It seems. I don't want to say softer, because in ways it's better, right? It's better to think of mental health and this and that. But sometimes some guys are taking advantage of it. Maybe
it's you're definitely spot on. It's the way of the world right now in the sports entertainment business. You're paying all these athletes crazy money. And, I mean, you want 100% out of them. You want 110% out of them, and it just seems like it's not, the parallels don't seem to be even.
Well, you see it in every sport. You see it in baseball. There's pitch counts and everything. They're treating everything as a business. It's always been a business, but they're treating it very much as a business. These guys are making more than they've ever made, so they're going to do whatever it needs to take to make sure they're not hurt. And can some guys take advantage of that if they wanted to? I'm sure they have, and I'm sure they are. But it's tough, when a Comcast or one of these organizations owns a team. It's very much corporate. You gotta. It's just different. Everything's very much changed in the last 5 years. It is a different world.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Sue Henderson's bringing up the fact that Torts messed him up last year. And that, I mean, maybe he still thinks Torts is lurking somewhere. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. I thought this kid was fire coming out of the tunnel, and I just haven't seen it. And just a whole lot of disappointment right now. So, that's my drama built up with the Flyers team as of this night. They play tomorrow night. They're home. Got the Blues. Got the Blues at home tomorrow night. Then Friday night is they're doing the celebration of life for Bernie Friday night. Then who do we have Saturday? It's the Jersey Devils, right? New Jersey Devils. And who will be sitting first row?
We will.
First row. Spare no expense. Spare no expense.
Banging on the glass.
I'll let Anthony pay for the $30 beers.
All right.
All right.
You'll not be able to smuggle them in. You have to take your belt off, remember?
No, yeah.
You got to take your belt off.
Have you ever met a ragtag organization where you got to take your belt off? It's 2025. We got to take our belt off.
It'll be interesting to see if it's the same setup for the Flyers.
I'm not going in that gate. I'm not going in that gate. I'll stand outside.
I'll stand outside in the cold.
It's colder out there.
All right. We've already clocked off a half hour of the show. Good half hour too, by the way. Really good half hour.
Yeah.
So, Johnny, I want to leave it up to you because I know you got a lot of built up anger inside that head of yours. Do we want to continue with a normal show, or do you want to break it off and do your rant?
We could do. You know what? We'll do it. We'll do the rant because it's a little bit with the Eagles, and then that way we can lead into the Eagles afterwards. How's
Perfect.
that?
There we go. John's rants right here. This fan's view.
Here we go. So the Eagles rant. It's the Eagles rant. We're 8-2. And we got all this drama going on. Now it's going from AJ Brown's the culprit to now we got Jalen Hurts as the culprit, which who knows? I'm the wrong one to say because I'm always not the top Jalen Hurts fan, but I do respect him. He's our quarterback, and I do like it, but.
You've come a long way there, partner.
Well, I have, but I also still see his negatives, and that's I'm just a little bit different as far as I can point out differences, and positives as well, where people that are on one side or the other, you can't say anything positive about them if they're on the negative side, or you can't say anything negative about them. you call it the way it is, But if this is going on and that he's actually not doing what they do during the week, that's like you said, almost benchable. For a game or two for him to realize that he's not above the team. If what Derek Gunn's reports are that's coming out of the NovaCare Center, that they're frustrated with them, and he's a Carson Wentz 2.0, which is just a storm in and of itself, is to say Carson Wentz 2.0. But yeah, it's not a good look, and and with all that, we're still 8-2. That's the part that's frustrating. It's almost like we need an ass kicking just to wake ourselves up, and maybe get rid of some of these problems. But everything gets masked over because we're winning, and some of these, like Anthony was saying, everything just gets swept under the carpet. With all the different sports, once you let it go with Embiid, and you let the stuff go with Hurts, and nobody from the team can say anything bad about him. It's like, he's doing great. Patullo on Tuesday night said that he had a great game on Sunday. Really? We all saw the game. He didn't have a good game. Whether there's reasons why, but he didn't have a good game on Sunday night football. The whole world saw it, but they want to cover it up like everything's good because you can't say anything wrong. Let's just play football. We're 8-2. Let's win our second Super Bowl in a row. That's all I got to say.
Wow. I like how he ended it.
It was a very melancholy John's rants. There were no balls on the table. There was no pounding of the table.
I know.
You've really are you tired?
Well, the weather's got me down a little bit, so I'm not.
Yeah, but I think you're as big an Eagles fan as you are. I think you're tired of hearing all the bullshit.
Well, of course. Because you want your team to win. And this team shouldn't be offensively 28th in the league, 27th in the league in a lot of categories, with all the talent that they got. Offensive line injuries or not, they shouldn't be that bad of a team.
Yeah, I don't think they make you take your belt off going into the link. I think they got the modern technology and you're able to zip right through. So
maybe they should, so they can whip some guys on the ass. But it's just not pretty. It's not looking right, I just have nightmares every night that something's going to happen in the playoffs one of these days, that the offense is going to keep shit in the bed like they're doing, and the defense isn't going to be able to hold up as great as they've been playing all year, and we're going to lose a close game in the playoffs. And then
unbelievable. Not changing the subject, but just adding to it. The past two games, to give up those few points to two really good offensive teams in the Packers and the Lions, pretty remarkable.
I
don't think Vic Fangio, we're really good in this town about handing out, negativity. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't think Vic Fangio has been given, all that he deserves with this defense. Just unbelievable job. You're talking analytics, you're talking new modern day technology. I don't know how much of that, he breeds into his, defensive, mind.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Does that make sense?
Oh yeah. No, absolutely.
Because he's an old timer, and he loves his linebackers, and he loves his secondary, and he loves his pass rush, and he knows when to call what, and he's just doing a phenomenal job. So,
well, he's just the opposite of the offense. Like the defense, we're taking away what the offense does best.
Right.
The Eagles are letting the other team's defense dictate how we're going to play that game.
Yep.
Instead of just dictating, hey, this is how we're good. We're going to beat you this way. You stop us. And they just say, oh no, okay, you want to take away our run today, so now we're going to pass. Okay, and and they get away with it because they're the talent. Like we talked about it today, they're probably one of the top 2 or 3 really teams in football talent wise, all over the whole field. And that's how they're getting away with a lot of things because of their talent on the field.
Well, they've been lucky too, because there's,
yeah.
There's been some penalties that could have easily gone against them.
Right.
But, right now, there's too much drama coming out of that building for my liking.
Yes.
Because, we had several weeks of A.J. Brown. Then we finally seemed to be able to kind of, put him, aside. And now it's, the story breaks after, do I have that right? After the win against the Lions, that story broke?
Yeah, it was that night on the podcast that they does.
That story breaks. Who's the snitch in the organization that's feeding, Derek Gunn this information?
Right.
Or no one.
Guys,
I don't know.
Probably no one.
I'm saying saying probably no. I don't know. It's just what the hell was the rumor the other day? The rumor about Skeens the other day that he wants to play for the Yankees. He was out, and the next day he said, I never said that. Like, I don't.
Right.
He's not saying a player didn't say that because he's not going to get involved in the pettiness of it. But he's like, I didn't say that. I don't know what that's about. So I'm not saying he said the wrong thing, but someone could have given false information or associated something with something that wasn't happening. I mean, let's just not have nonsense. How about that? Let's just have no more nonsense.
The only one that's happy about this whole thing is Nick Sirianni, because we're not talking about how stupid he's been the past couple of weeks with his play call. He's probably the one leaking it out so that everybody's going after AJ Brown and Nick Sirianni. To be honest,
that's a good point.
I think we just broke it down right here. We just broke breaking news.
I don't know if the issue
it was breaking news. It was Nick Sirianni that was is the mole. He's the mole in the organization.
I don't know if these, like the last game was hard to use as an example because the Lions are pretty good and they played just as hard, right? So, but it seems like any game you watch, no one can really get open, and Barkley doesn't have enough rushing yards, doesn't make sense, and Jalen Hurts will only run straight if someone's chasing him. So I don't know why any of that is, but that's going to have to change if you're going to want to beat someone. You can see it right now. John saying that they could lose in the playoffs by three points, a field goal last minute because they couldn't get their offense going. You got to fix that right now.
Right.
It's
all right.
For me, it's almost the tale of 2 completely different teams. So you guys touched on it earlier. The defense, no one really seems to be the quote unquote superstar. Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell have a nice thing going. Brandon Graham comes back. They seem to accept him with open arms. Nakobe, that defense just seems like a real unit. They seem like a real team. The offense, to me, it seems like there's too many egos in one room. A.J. Brown wants the ball. Saquon wants the ball. Devontae Smith wants the ball. Jalen Hurts he has this like Michael Jordan mentality. If you've ever noticed that, he put out a sweatshirt that said "Love Hurts" and it was by the
our sponsor.
It's
right.
like
It's always got the Jordan logo along with it.
The sponsor.
So he just seems to be so fixated on being the next Michael Jordan, but that's impossible to do in football. You can't throw the ball and receive it. Jordan could put those teams on his back and take them to 5 championships. That can't happen with Jalen Hurts. And he just seems like that lackluster personality that he has seems like maybe he doesn't really like take anything very seriously. He doesn't really seem like a guy that's going to like kick AJ Brown in the ass and tell him to knock it off. I think what it probably boils down to is AJ Brown probably doesn't like Saquon Barkley. And I don't know this for a fact, but Saquon came in as the shiny new toy. And AJ was like, well, what about me? I'm the one that's been here, and now, Saquon comes in, he takes all my yards. Yeah, we won the Super Bowl, which is great. But now I'm just roped in with all these other guys. And I think AJ honestly flourishes in being a big fish in a small pond. So if he can go to a team where he's one of a few really good players, he prefers that, Super Bowl or not, honestly. He just likes people mentioning his name and that he's doing well and his yards. And they said it on one of the shows, I think it was like the pregame, is that this controversy shows you who's worried about their personal stats and who's worried about Super Bowl trophies at the end of the year.
Right.
Because there's two different players. And it just feels like the offense, they can't get out of their own way because they all want to be the number one guy. And there's no one really in there doing anything about it. And Ray talked about it, that the offensive line is totally beat up. And so they're having issues there. And I get that. But putting like the football side of it aside, the plays, that type of stuff, they don't seem like a team. They don't seem like they're there to lift each other up. They seem like they're there to steal the ball from each other.
Well, it's that, but if those reports that are coming out that Jalen Hurts, they practice all week one way, how they're gonna attack the opponent, and then in the game, Jalen Hurts does the opposite, and then he does it his way. He's not part of the team's, doesn't know what to do because they're not. That's not what they were supposed to do on those plays. And Jalen's trying to figure it out, and maybe that's why he holds onto the ball a little bit longer, or he ends up having to run, do the running around, and guys are getting frustrated running routes because they don't know where to go because things are being done differently once the game's in place. And
so then, does Jalen not trust the offensive coordinator? Is that the problem?
Well, that was going to lead to my next thing. Was you see Kevin Petullo? There was a clip the other day, and you don't know what it was about, but it was just the optics of it. He's showing Jalen Hurts something on the iPads there, and Jalen just rolls his eyes and walks away from him. And we don't know what it is. Does it mean Petullo is saying, "Hey, look, this player's open and you didn't throw it to him," and Jalen's not. He's like, okay, is he understanding it and changing, or is he just like, oh well, I wanted to do this way. I thought this was easier and safer of a play because he's not turning the ball over, so it's a good thing. In his mind, he thinks it's a great thing because he's not turning the ball over, which it is. But these guys are getting frustrated because they're not getting, these plays are being put out there for them. They're there, and he's not getting them the ball at times. So we don't know. But
I don't know. I mean, this team could be the only dynasty that Philadelphia has had in a long time, and it feels like they won't get out of their own way to be better for each other. Instead of worrying about who's getting the ball, who has this many runs, who has that many runs, what Jalen Hurts is doing, is he going against the coach? I mean, all of this crap, all it does is take away from trying to build what it is they're trying to build.
Yeah, and instead of everybody enjoying the 8-2 and it's Dallas week, right?
Yeah,
and past history, Philly going into Dallas, somebody's stirring the pot, right? I mean, we had our boy BG the other night at the Sixer game with the Cowboy star and the circle and the line throw it. Well, you can bet that picture's on the bulletin board, in Dallas. Yeah. You can bet on that because that's prime bulletin board material right there. And that's what, back in the Buddy Ryan days, the body bag games, kicking the shit out of the opponent and not worrying about personalities. And my gosh, I mean, back in the day, Reggie White, Jerome Brown, you had all kinds of personalities, superstars.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
As well.
Another Hall of Famer, Eric Allen. I mean, you just bled, green, and you didn't have all this nonsense.
But you also didn't have real-time media.
Yeah, that's why. That's
100%. Yep.
You didn't have these reporters inside the locker room being able to tweet and take videos and photos the minute stuff is happening. And now things are 20 times bigger than they're supposed to be.
I mean, could you imagine if you're one of those guys? You got to, so they'll come in after, guys get out of the shower. Whatever. You have to basically be strong enough in your mind to go in there in that shower and say, listen, I'm not going to say something stupid. I got to figure out how I'm going to say this. I'm on television. One bad quote could ruin a lot of things.
Well, AJ didn't have a problem with that.
Well,
but apparently AJ Brown also had a conversation with Jeffrey Lurie because him and, I guess Big Dom got the two of them together. I don't know why he's the peacemaker, but he got the two of them together and basically promised Jeffrey Lurie that he wouldn't, keep going to social media, I guess, to vent about his issues. But I mean, yeah, those are some really big personalities, but they're also personalities that existed before Twitter and Instagram and Twitch and all those places and those are guys, that's a completely different generation. If you have a problem with me, let's step outside and take care of it. Right. Not let me leave the facility, go home and complain to my friend on Twitch, even though I know everyone's going to see it, but I'm going to act like I'm shocked anyone saw it, that I'm not happy. I mean, AJ, man up and go talk to Jalen Hurts or Saquon or whoever you have the problem with and deal with it.
That's not the world today.
But that's, it's a different world now.
This Fans View Insider reports have got reports of infighting going on. So those things are happening behind the doors.
What's happening?
The fighting going on.
Oh,
one-on-one, inside there.
And and to be honest with you, that's fine. I mean, you're week 9 at this point into the season, something like that.
11.
And these, things are bound to happen. You spend an awful lot of time with these guys.
Oh yeah.
And I get that, but it shouldn't be this way. And something has to be done to correct it. And I wouldn't be surprised one bit if Brandon Graham wasn't brought back for his play on the field, but more importantly, his presence in the locker room. Because, yeah, he can talk a lot of trash and he can really smack talk the other team, but he's also a no-nonsense guy. And that presence in that locker room hopefully sets some of these guys straight, especially the younger guys. And these egos, I mean, I just don't remember when A.J. Brown became the enemy and started all of this stuff, because it all started with him. Derek Gunn would have never said what he said about Jalen Hurts becoming Carson Wentz 2.0 if it wasn't for all the crap that AJ has been pulling the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Because I think a lot of that stuff is still happening, and I don't know that it's AJ, completely. I mean, he's bringing it out to the forefront, of course.
The problem is the offensive line is tired and they're hurt. No one's going to be able to get the ball off in time. You're not going to be able to run properly. We keep talking about all this other outside nonsense, which really wouldn't be nonsense if they were able to score more, right? Everyone's just scared they're not scoring more because they're scared that the defense is going to not be good at some point. The problem is the offensive line. That's why there's no time to throw. That's why there's no time to run. That's why they're barely winning. So the reason all the other frustration is coming out is because of that. All those guys want to score. A receiver wants to score. A running back wants to score. If everyone's scoring, you're okay. But now no one's scoring, which is not necessarily the offensive running back and wide receivers problems. And then they're angry. So can we see that that's, I don't know. I feel like that's clearly the issue.
Yeah. My two cents, takes me back to last year when we won Super Bowl. You know what I mean? And everything was good in the world. You know what I mean?
But AJ and Jalen had issues then. Remember the whole, he's the godfather of my kid, and no, we love each other. This, that, they had problems then too. And you can't tell me that stuff just goes away in a conversation, because it doesn't. They both seem stubborn and hard-headed.
Well, yeah, it's true. But to your point though, Ant, yes, the offensive line is definitely hurting right now, but this offensive line still, as is, hurt. Still got to be a top 10 offensive line. And
no, I know, but I'm saying that's probably why guys aren't scoring as much. That's where the frustration comes out.
No, I understand that, but I think that's where the Jalen Hurts part comes in. Not throwing the ball, because Joe Flacco's behind probably one of the worst offensive lines with Cincinnati, and he's still throwing 400 yards, 500 yards, up there, getting guys the ball. You got a lot of other teams that have bad. I mean, just look at. I mean, they lost the Arizona. What was it? he just set the record. Was it Bridgewater? No, not Bridgewater. Who's the guy, the quarterback right now for Arizona Cardinals? He just he had 47.
He's been the backup everywhere.
Yeah, he's been the backup everywhere, and he had 47 completions. Wow. and Arizona's another team that's terrible. And doesn't have.
We're getting off the subject because we need to reel it back into to Philly, to the Eagles, to the situation that's here. I don't know if winning breeds stupidity, but it just, for as much as we're able to enjoy, a hell of a defense the past 2 games, to lose sight of that, over the fact that, the offense isn't scoring, enough points. And now you got more finger pointing than ever going on, and then, you've got a media guy. And I loved Derek Gunn back in the day, but why now? Why now? What was the sequence of, breaking that story now? Mm-hmm. Like you just won your 8th game. You're 8-2. You're about to win the NFC division for the 2nd year in a row. You're still pounding down the throats of everybody. You've beaten the Chiefs. You've beaten the Rams. You've beaten some good football teams. And now you break this story?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Come on, Derek Gunn. I really don't care who inside, is the snitch. That story did not have to be broken, Sunday night. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. It's tough to see. You want the team to be able to keep going on. That's all.
Well, I mean, because it's eventually going to catch up. All these guys, all this bickering, all this fighting, all this, not being on the same page. It's going to catch up with you. It has to. I mean, the whole scenario just tells you can't continue to be teammates and not be teammates.
Right.
It doesn't work that way.
And what's going to happen the next time AJ or Jalen Hurts talks to the media and has to answer these questions? I haven't heard from him yet since that broke yet.
Right.
Because that was later on. I mean, it actually did.
All right.
But
let's get some predictions for Dallas Eagles. What's it, a 4:30 game? I want to say.
Yeah, the 4:25. Yep.
What are we thinking? Anybody want to go out on the limb and make a prediction?
I don't know the exact score, but I feel like the Eagles would win by about 10 points, but I'm not giving them much more than that.
I'll take that, a 10-point win over Dallas on the road. I like that.
Well, yeah, definitely take that.
I like that. I like that a lot. It's going to be a tough game. Dallas is starting to play good again. The record sure doesn't indicate it, but a win at home, against Philly, would just do their team a whole lot of good. But we don't need that. We need another win. So yeah, I've got them winning. I'm thinking 27-21 maybe. 27, 20, 21, somewhere in that vicinity, somewhere in that vicinity. Lauren, you got a score? You thinking anything?
I mean, I don't really have a score. I don't know enough to predict. I'm not smart like that, but I just hope the defense can keep you in the game because the offense sure as hell doesn't seem to be doing too much, but maybe this is the week that it all clicks.
Yep.
Maybe there's some kind of closed door meeting that, gets everybody on the same page. Maybe they can get Brandon Graham into the offensive meetings and have him, kick everybody in the ass and get them playing good. Because there's nothing worse than losing, but losing to the Cowboys is god awful.
Yeah. Because then you bring all the all the bums out of the closet.
Right, exactly. And then they've been fairly quiet for most of the season. And if you lose to them, that's all you'll hear. So
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care what the score is as long as they win. But the last two performances by the Eagles have been pitiful.
Yeah, we need the offense to get jump started. Johnny, what do you think? What do you got?
Well, before you made your comment, I was going to say 27-24 Eagles.
Okay.
Because it was a close game. You got to remember they almost beat us here opening night. Without a few drop.
Every team's almost beat us.
Well,
At least we haven't run away with anything.
Well, right. I mean, it's true. Like we your dad and I were talking about that today. I mean, they're 8-2, but they could easily be 3-7 as well.
Yep.
If things have gone, a little bit differently.
Okay.
Last place, Pat says it was 17-10 Eagles.
Last place, Pat. Why don't you leave that poor lady alone?
Oh.
She likes it when she gets her name mentioned.
There you go. But no, I don't think she likes the last place, Pat.
Oh, she loves it. She likes the attention.
All right. Lauren, what do you got?
All right. So in honor of Thanksgiving, what is your favorite Thanksgiving side? And are you a turkey person?
Two-part question.
Two-part question.
Favorite side, and do you like turkey?
And I'll even take your input on pie, too.
So, turkey, side, turkey, and pie.
Yep.
So the answer is clearly mashed potatoes.
Okay, sir. That's your opinion.
That's by far the best.
Mashed potatoes are by far the best.
The best.
Okay.
And then turkey, it's okay. It's like dry. I mean, no one specific turkey. I'm just saying it's dry. It's like
you just don't like turkey.
It's a drier meat. Like I'll eat it, but I don't ever have to eat it if it went away.
Sorry, Sue.
Yeah, way to call out my mom's cooking.
And then what was it?
You did say it was no one specific turkey, but
All
it doesn't
turkey
help.
dry.
But where's it been going the past couple of years?
Then,
she didn't invent the turkey.
No, she did not.
And the pie, I don't know, man.
Do you like pie?
Chocolate. I don't know why no one knows what that is. You put.
I've never had a chocolate pie in my life.
Very simply,
get chocolate mousse. There you go. Tell
yeah.
who's our pie guy?
Oz.
Oh yeah, I don't
Oz. Tell Oz we want chocolate mousse.
Okay, I'll tell him. I don't think he'll make it, but I'll tell him.
All right.
There you go.
Dad, what do you got?
I mean, I enjoy turkey because it's Thanksgiving, and when you think of Thanksgiving, it's turkey. You know what I mean? I'm not a stuffing guy. I'm not a cranberry sauce guy. So I'm very limited. So I'm turkey loaded up with gravy. The string bean casserole I can tolerate on Thanksgiving. Pies, I mean, I'll eat just about any pie you put in front of me.
What's your favorite side, though? Did I miss that, or did you just tell us what you didn't?
I don't have a favorite side.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I just don't have a favorite side. I pretty much told you everything I don't like.
That's fine. We're open to that too.
I mean, the turkey is very tolerable when you load it up with a lot of gravy, mashed potatoes, gravy.
George's comment is the best. Turkey tastes like it never drank water when it was alive.
So dry.
Yeah, that's a good comment.
That's probably why it's good for you. It doesn't, it's not.
Yeah, it doesn't have any fat.
Yeah,
that's why you gotta drown it in gravy.
Well, he's not a gravy guy.
No. Oh yeah, no.
I don't like.
What do you got, Johnny? Stovetop stuffing. Let me guess.
Oh, that's the best stuffing ever.
Yeah, absolutely. I have to go with Anthony. The mashed potatoes for sure.
Okay.
And as a side, that and the sweet potato casserole is good too. I like that.
Sweet potato casserole.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now I might indulge if it was a casserole, but when you throw it at me, just like lumpy and stuff, then I.
Oh no, it's good.
Whose recipe is that? And don't tell me yours.
It's not mine. It's Jen's family's recipe. So
okay.
I'm not sure where she got it, passed down from.
Okay. All right.
It's that, and it's a sweet potato one, and there's a I think it's a spinach one as well, a spinach casserole.
He's out on that one.
No, you might like
out.
You might like it.
I can barely do the string bean casserole.
It is green, but you know, turkey definitely out. My turkey or my Thanksgiving dinner is about 4 rolls with mashed potatoes, stuffing, and then like the sweet potato.
Load up on the carbohydrates. Huh?
Oh yeah, it's all.
Is it all piled on these rolls?
Oh yeah, it's all piled inside the roll.
Wow. Okay.
It's like a gobbler without the turkey.
Okay.
No gravy.
All right, what do you
no
got?
Gravy as well.
I like cranberry sauce. I think I like it primarily because you never have it any other time of year. I mean, they sell it the rest of the year, right? But I've never once bought a jar of cranberry sauce in a can. Thank you. And it's just, I mean, the technique, you got to flip it upside down. You got to stab the bottom of it so that it comes out. And then you just cut it with this butter knife and that's it. So I like that a lot. And I like string bean casserole. I am a turkey person. I've always liked turkey, but I get the vibes that sometimes it can be dry. I hear you on that. I like the skin on the turkey when it comes right out of the oven and it's like crispy. That's always yummy. And I don't like pie. Pie is so boring.
No pie.
No pie.
No pie.
I mean, I'll eat like a piece of pumpkin pie because that's what you're supposed to do. But if I never had a piece of pie again, I'd be perfectly fine. So,
I forgot my pie as well. It was the chocolate Oreo pie.
Yeah, see, we have no chocolate Oreo pie. Hook me up with that, and maybe I'm a pie person.
We got a Susan Wells update here that I need to read because a friend got a turkey at Whole Foods that was the best ever and not dry. So there's a Whole Foods update.
Yeah, I guess the point Anthony's trying to make and what I'm trying to make is it's not that I've had dry turkey. It's just turkey is naturally not like
juicy.
Juice. It's not the way it's being cooked or bought or anything like that. It's just not like when you cut into a fillet and it's so nice.
Because it's bad.
The turkey is the complete opposite of that.
The turkey is good for you and the fillet is bad for you.
Yeah.
So that's how it works.
Yeah. So it's fine.
She's injected into this conversation a favorite side dish is corn pudding.
Okay. I don't really
I'm a corn
like
guy.
corn.
I don't know how does the pudding, come in to play.
There are some things that come up with people's family things this time of year. You could say any type of pudding or casserole.
Yeah,
I've never heard of any of them, but people seem to eat, which is fine. Yeah. I just never heard of any of these things.
Her favorite pies are tart cherry or coconut custard or pumpkin or any pie.
All the above.
Tart cherry, I'm out on that entirely. I'm sorry, Susan, it sounds terrible.
Hey,
I love that for you. You can have my helping of the tart cherry pie. Pies are like the most boring fruit. Apple, cherry. Ugh.
That's why you got to
go to
Oreo.
Makes a hell of an apple pie because that thing is layered and it's crust and
that's a good one.
Yeah,
I think we should just fix the whole holiday. I think it should be like
lasagna day,
baked ziti lasagna with mashed potatoes and cake instead of pie. And ice cream.
We're having lasagna and mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And meatballs. Give me some meatballs in there
too.
And baked ziti.
Yeah. And baked ziti. And then instead of pies, we're having cake.
Cake and ice cream.
Okay. Got it. Okay, so Joe Stinger brings up shoe fly pie. And I mentioned this to one of my volunteers, and she actually brought me a small shoe fly pie in the middle of September. And I had it for the first time, and you didn't really like it that much. It was okay because it was sweeter.
It's like molasses. It's fine.
Yeah, it was all right. But I don't know. I'm just not haven't found the pie yet.
All right. Anything else?
Well, you forgot the
we've even lowered our standards to drama around the turkey.
Well,
nobody. I think the survey is nobody likes turkey.
Not particularly. Well, what other time of year you're like, hey, let's pop in that turkey? No, you eat it now because you have to.
Yeah, that's true.
Can I give you my Wawa turkey story? Did I tell you? Did I share it? Did I
I
share
heard
it
this
with you?
story through John, but I'd love to hear it from you. I'm shocked I didn't get a phone call.
So they started advertising a couple of weeks ago. I don't know, their turkey gobbler,
Yeah.
right? So I go in and I order a couple for mom and I, to bring home. And I did the normal thing, shopped around, grabbed some iced tea, went back, pick up my, sandwiches, and they felt really light. And I just thought to myself, wow, they don't put much in their sandwich, I guess. And these are 10-inch rolls from Wawa.
And they were
So,
probably $10 a piece.
I'm talking to, if anybody saw me, I'm talking to myself all the way out the door to my truck.
God,
and I'm like, what made me open those sandwiches inside my truck to find out that the only thing they put in the roll was turkey?
Was
Nothing else.
Let him finish. It gets better.
Yeah.
Nothing else. Not a thing. So, Carl being Carl, I got to go back, and I'm, standing there, and, young lady was very nice. She said, "Can I help you?" I'm like, "I'm sorry." I said, "I ordered a couple gobblers and the roll only has turkey in it." And she was as shocked, and she looked over and she said, "Oh yeah, that's right. We're out of everything else."
You told me that they were laughing. The girls were laughing back.
Well, yeah, they giggled at each other like, "Look at this old timer." He's trying to, tell us he didn't get, what he paid for.
Here's a couple parts I don't understand. One, it just came out. How are you out of the stuff already?
Well, that's everyone's ordering.
Two, it's an electronic ordering. It's not like by the time they got the order, they ran out. There's a computer. Take it off if you don't have it.
You get your money back? What'd you do?
I ended up with turkey, lettuce, tomato, and a little bit of mayonnaise. Yeah. I've had sleepless nights over this because I have. Like this like you said, this shouldn't happen. You know what I mean? That'd be like coming to Carl's Cards. You buy a pack of Tops and there ain't no cards inside the pack.
Or you come in the Carl's Cards and there's no cards.
I was just taken back by the whole thing. And then the girls apologizing. The manager came over and I'm like, "Why do you still have it in the system?" And I said, "Never mind." I said, "Turkey, lettuce, and tomato, a little bit of mayonnaise will be good." It was the worst. It was the worst sandwich. I think Mom ate half of it, threw the other half away. So that's how bad it was.
Have you had a redeeming gobbler sandwich yet?
No, I'm afraid. I'm scared.
He can't go back because his face is posted all over the window.
I'm scared. I'm scared. I don't know. I can't go back in that same Wawa.
Maybe that's what we'll have for lunch tomorrow when I come down.
I'm scared.
There's
taken back by
a billion people in the world, and that would only happen to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I knew something was wrong as soon as I picked it up. I'm like, this thing should weigh 10 pounds, right?
You would think.
No, zero turkey in a row. Yeah, crazy.
Okay.
You forgot
anyway,
about the Phillies.
What's that?
Have you been hearing the drama with the Phillies?
No. What happened now?
Well, now they're talking. Lots of trades could be going on. Matt Strom might be one of the options. Probably Alec Boehm and even Bryson Stott wasn't even mentioned because they were talking about getting a second baseman from the Arizona that could tell Marte.
Yeah, I did see that. I did see that rumor.
I'm a little bit disappointed because the one guy I wanted to play right field, Taylor Ward, he got traded yesterday to Baltimore. A little ticked off about that.
Maybe he'll be in the package deal when we get their catcher.
Well, there you go. We can bring him back that way. That's a good point. But yeah, that was a little. I wanted to see that happen. But
all right, yeah. The winter meetings were in Vegas. They're over. Now the owners are meeting in Toronto. We'll open the show next week with more drama. And we'll open it with Phillies talk. I promise.
There you go.
Promise. We'll all have had our turkey leftovers. Does everybody like turkey leftovers?
No.
You know what I said? The only thing better than fresh turkey is turkey leftovers.
You teed him up for that one.
Yeah, he's in rare form tonight. He's still pissed off from paying $30 for his grapefruit juice.
Mm-hmm.
I work overtime.
And having to take your belt off. All right.
Oh yeah, that was the start of the night. I knew then we were in for a doozy.
All right. Great show. Great night.
Saturday.
Allen Iverson. In the midst of this, I got AI's airplane ticket faxed to me.
There you go.
Is it for earlier than the signing?
Not lying. So he's leaving. I take it Charlotte at 10:30. He'll be in Philly by 12. And, he's in Philly till 9 o'clock at night and gets home at 11. So he's got a long day. But it includes a 2-hour signing at Carl's Cards and Collectibles.
Woohoo!
So
yeah.
Hopefully AI is in good Carl's Cards mood, because we've had some good ones lately. We really have.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's been very, very nice, very genuine. They don't get any better than the goalie Monday night. I mean, that was just even the Haverford Hawks posted. Did you see they posted on Instagram?
Yes.
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, you tagged me in it. Thank you very much. So,
yeah.
All right, we good?
We're
Johnny,
good.
you good?
We're good.
So good.
Lauren, Anthony, you guys good?
Oh yeah.
Good.
I heard you were down. Towards the store today, and you didn't come visit us.
Nah, I had to go to the eye doctor. I figure you'll have me all day tomorrow. You just had me Monday. I'll be back Saturday. So no.
All right.
Hello.
No love for John.
No.
Oh, sorry, Johnny. I didn't realize you guys cared that much.
We were discussing, Harrisburg today. We had.
Oh, I'm so bummed I missed that conversation.
We have all new layouts for the booth. I mean, we're all set.
All right.
I'm
ready.
If a van gets picked up at 8 a.m., what time will it arrive?
What'd he say?
If a van gets picked up at 8 a.m., what time will it arrive in Harrisburg?
He's a smart ass, isn't he?
That was a rough conversation, but yeah.
9:45.
All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next Wednesday night, maybe. You guys doing the show? Because it's usually a drink night for you guys.
Yeah, I'm not sure of our exact plans just yet, but that sounds about right.
You'll try to fit us in.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
I mean, it's later. It's later. The show's over before the amateur hour starts.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
We're all good.
Very good.
We might just have to be done at 7:30 exactly again this time. Next week.
Oh, I'm never doing that again.
We're
for reservations.
Yeah, I got to be somewhere.
Uh-huh.
All right, guys. Take care. Have a great rest of your night. Go Sixers. But yeah, they win in the fourth quarter. Come on.
That's right. Go Birds.
All right, guys. Be well. Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
See you later.
See you now.